All right, New Dawn Communities is a community within an indigenous community. It's established for the purpose of transformation for individuals and for society. We emphasize leadership development for disadvantaged youth. We do that through 5 different bridging components: spiritual formation, character development, academic education, vocational training, and community service. We seek to equip our graduates to be positive influencers in their world, whether that's at a village level, a city level, or a national level. Our communities have different values. One of the things that we value in our communities, first of all, are what we would consider Christ-centered. And that is not to say religious. We hold the biblical teaching and the example of Jesus Christ up as an example of what good living is really all about. That is our ideal. We have 2 schools at this point, and one's in Kenya, the other's in Tanzania, and all of the students and the staff in Kenya are Kenyans. All the students and staff in Tanzania are Tanzanians, and we as Westerners don't do anything but give them encouragement, a little guidance, and some support to help them do their job better. So our focus is on neglected youth, disadvantaged youth. Many or most of the kids that come to our school are orphaned. We have opened New Dawn Communities to be a home and a place of education for these kids that could not otherwise be able to pay for their schooling. We have hundreds of kids that actually live at New Dawn. We have about 150 that live with us in Kenya. And in January, we opened up a new school in Tanzania. And we brought in the first 36 kids, and we are supporting them right now through their schooling. Next January, we desire to bring in another 36 kids into Tanzania and into our school in Kenya. And it costs us around $100 a month for each individual student to support them, to provide the room and board for them, their uniforms, their bedding, the teacher's salary, the facility maintenance, and all. We're talking about a $90 a month tuition for one of these kids, which is $1,000.80. It's almost 1/40th to educate and board a child in Kenya than it is to educate and board a child here in Orange County. We're not just a school, we're a community. We don't just provide education, we seek transformation. You pay no overhead for this ministry. Whatever you give right now actually goes 100% to the school you designate. So essentially what we're hoping to accomplish through this effort is to get people like yourself to be interested enough to just give our story a chance to settle in and move you. And so we're writing a newsletter. We're going to make it a quarterly newsletter. We'll probably send out updates with some of our amazing stories about our students, our staff, our alumni, our directors, our goals. I mean, we have so much to share with you. But essentially the main thing that is probably the easiest and lowest bar and level of commitment would be if you would just simply go to our website and click subscribe to the newsletter. Then that gives us permission to send our newsletter to your email address, and it's very, very simple. Beyond that, if you are compelled by the stories that we're telling about these kids that are coming off of the trash heap of humanity and coming in and finding their identity and their purpose and their hope again, then $100 a month is a full scholarship in average for our kids. Beyond that, we would like to invite you to consider perhaps helping us build out our campus. And it's really amazing to see how we have established this first phase, but every year we have to build more buildings. So if you happen to have the means or know of someone that does have the means, then please consider becoming an investor. Another way that you could help us would be to be an ambassador. And if you can think of anybody that might have an interest and a heart for this kind of work, then all you need to do is forward the newsletter to them and maybe give them a call and just say, hey, I'm sending this over to you, and I would really appreciate it if you would listen to the message, and if nothing else, just click on subscribe to the newsletter so that you can read it firsthand. Another thing that we certainly need is we need intercessors. We need people who will just pray for us. If you are just a person of faith and you have a little prayer time, then offer up a prayer to God and just say, bless those guys and help them succeed. So in conclusion, I want to just thank you for taking the time to look into New Dawn. We appreciate your time and energy. Our prayer would be that you would be blessed to overflowing, that you would have so much goodness in your life that you would just want to share it with other people who are struggling. And if more of us who are blessed would do a little bit more for the people who don't have that blessing, the world would be a much better place. So would you please join us at New Dawn Communities for this effort, or surely give to some other effort that is closer to your heart. If you feel like you would like to be part of a dynamic team that's moving things forward to make the world a better place, then we'd love to have you contact us and join with us. Just go to newdawncommunities.org, click on subscriber, send me an email, or give us a call. We'd be glad to have you on board. God bless you.